We've come across a document, a first-hand account that is so incredibly chilling, we had to really break it down. And I have to be clear, this isn't just some story. It feels like a genuine window into a mindset that is, well, it's deeply, deeply disturbing. So let's get into it.
This is how the account begins, right here. There's no preamble, no easing you in, just this. This stark, cold image. It's where the whole thing kicks off, and it forces you, right from the first second, to confront the brutal reality of what we're about to analyze.
So to understand the why behind all this, we first have to look very closely at the what. The document describes a killing, sure, but the way it's written, this is something else. This isn't just a murder, it's a ceremony.
You know, what's really telling is that the narrator doesn't start with their beliefs or what drove them to this. They start with the act itself. They dive right into the graphic physical details. And that tells you everything you need to know. For them, the violence isn't just how they get what they want. The violence is the point. I mean, just listen to the language here. Excites, worship. This is not someone confessing or showing remorse. No, this is the testimony of a devout believer. For them, the act of spilling blood is some kind of sacred rite, a sanguinary worship. They're literally worshiping the color red. Let's just break this down for a second. The violence itself is described as divine. The wounds aren't just wounds, they are spraying punctures. The blood isn't just blood, it's a sick crimson rain. And through all of this ecstatic violent worship, the narrator is also just coldly taking notes, observing that the victim's face is frozen in time. It's this absolutely chilling combination of passionate frenzy and detached observation. So you have to ask, what kind of belief system leads a person to this point? Well, the document actually gives it a name, damnation's diction. Now we're moving from the act itself to the ideology that's fueling it. And right away you see this isn't just some random, chaotic impulse. It's an organized system. The narrator talks about scriptures and traditions, but they're intentionally twisted, they're befouled. Their entire tradition is built on things that most of us would find absolutely repulsive. This is a structured ideology built on a foundation of pure darkness. When you lay it out like this, you really see what's going on. Their entire philosophy is a complete inversion of, well, of everything. Where we have sacred text, they have parchments scabbed over. Where others worship a holy figure, they bow to an unholy one. They don't seek light, they prophesize permanent night. Their very language is built on brutality. It's a mirror image, but a dark, cracked one. And here's the part that's truly unnerving. It's the pride they take in all of this. To the narrator, their scriptures aren't just ugly, they're perfectly hideous. They're not just twisted, they're eloquently scribed. There's this incredible sense of artistic achievement in how sick and twisted their whole system is. Now, this document isn't just some manifesto about a group. It's a confession. It's a personal story. The narrator walks us through their own transformation, their journey from being a regular person to becoming what they call unholy. It's like we're watching a psychological breakdown, or build-up from their perspective, in real time. This person wasn't born this way. They actually lay out a clear process, a series of steps that took them from who they were before to who they are now, fully embracing this dark new identity. And the path is laid out with terrifying clarity. It's like a roadmap. First, you just have to hear the ideology, the warped diction. Then, you have to truly internalize it. Let those words of sheer blackness sink in. The reward for doing this? You get power, infernal might. And the final step, the endgame for the individual, is a complete reinvention of the self. You become unholy. And here it is, the explicit link. For them, the words, the ideology, they're not just ideas. They're an active ingredient that literally changes you, that paints your soul black and gives you real, tangible power. Belief isn't just a thought. It's a transaction. You give your soul, you get strength. Look at the final result of that transformation. The narrator isn't just a follower anymore. They are the belief system. And that word enraptured, that tells you everything. This wasn't something that was forced on them. They welcomed it. They joyfully embraced this new identity. And there's absolutely no looking back. Okay, so if the methods are ritual murder and personal transformation, what's it all for? What's the point? Where does all this hate and worship actually lead? The document is terrifyingly specific about the final goal.
All that stuff, the personal power, the sacrifices, that's all just a means to an end. The narrator makes it clear that the group's true ambition is way, way bigger. It's apocalyptic. It's on a scale you can barely imagine.
And there you have it. The ultimate goal is cosmic. It's to destroy the sun, to literally blot out the source of all light and all life in our solar system. This isn't about taking over the world. It's about ending it. Their hatred is so deep, their target is a star. And there's zero room for compromise here. This isn't about getting more influence or creating a little more darkness. The goal is absolute, 100%. Total victory is a complete eclipse, a world thrown into permanent, unrelenting darkness forever.
And don't think for a second this is just a fantasy. This goal is backed up by an incredible level of dedication. They are sworn to this cause. They have a leader, a father. They see themselves as citizens of a night realm, and they truly believe that the only two things they need to achieve the impossible are hatred and persistence. So that's what we're left with. A detailed blueprint for a belief system that makes murder holy, a process for radicalization that promises power, and a final goal to literally extinguish the sun. The narrator constantly says we. They are clearly not acting alone. Which leaves us with the most unsettling question of all. Who else is out there? How many more are sworn to the same darkness?